It's a great day to be alive and to be in America or any of the free countries. There's great opportunity upon us as we can see the Dow has crashed 1,929 points as soon as I woke up, guys. Again, that's 1,929 points. And for weeks now, it's been moving in that 1,000 range of losses and gains, just like a Mad Max pendulum is swinging. And today, again, Monday, 2019, it might be the Black Monday of the 19th century, 1919, 1920, the Great Depression. That said, it's a great day to be alive. It's a great day to be America. There's a lot of opportunities. As you can see, the birds are still tripping. I don't know if you guys can hear it. It's a great day to be your dreams. And now, in my opinion, our financial advice is the best time to be an entrepreneur, to be a real estate investor, to be any type of investor, not because the markets are going to go up. No, 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 no. That's the worst time to be an investor, in my opinion. That's why I warned everyone in 2016. I said, hey, the market is very bubbly, and I'm out of the real estate, and I'm going to get into gold, which was at that time $1,100 an ounce. Today, before I went live, or last night, I posted it on my Instagram. Gold had already hit 1,703 bucks an ounce, guys. So from 1,100 bucks back in 2016, it's gone from 1,700. Okay, and people laughed at me back then for saying that real estate was a bad play, and in 2016, and that gold was the next move. Now the people that are laughing at me are probably losing their 401s. They're probably losing their pensions. They're probably losing their retirements because they listened to the president and the president's son when they said buy the dip. They listened to Kramer on TV when he said buy the dip. They listened to Susie because she said buy the dip. And these people that are buying the dip are going to be losing, not financial advice, my opinion, they're going to be losing everything. A lot of people are going to be in the retired age because this is the phase we're in. There's a lot of older people that are getting into retirement. And instead of companies paying them in their pensions that they deserve, instead of them reaping their retirements for doing the right thing and investing and having savings, these things are going to get wiped out. And this is going to create a lot of opportunity because there's going to be significant amount of fear out there. There's fear of the bug. There's fear of the economy. There's fear of people losing their homes, losing their jobs. Why do I say this? Because there's a lot of zombie companies out there. There's a lot of companies that um, if you own that business, it wouldn't make sense. The only reason they're able to have a profit and make any money is because of debt and people buying their stocks. Otherwise, there would be dead companies 10 years ago. Okay. And we are seeing massive layoffs happening from farmers because of tariff wars, all the way down to manufacturing stopping because China's the world manufacturer is stopping. So it's affecting all the companies around. To food shortages, like I reported to you guys just the other day on Costco, where I went there to pile up on rice. They were out of rice, or I haven't been able to find sanitizers. I haven't been able to find masks. Uh, they were out of many different things at Costco, and the inventory usually there's like a shelf of four up to the ceilings. They were depleted on the second shelf now, many items, and I thought I was delusional. I asked a couple of their workers. They said the same thing, that there's been grocery runs. And now soon, in my opinion, there's going to be bank runs. What we saw in 2006 with just a small replay, or not replay, what's the word for it? A small preview of what's going to come, because this time is worldwide. This time we're actually are having a shortage of supplies because the manufacturer of the world, the other economic booms or busts are just controlled by the central bankers, a way to siphon the wealth of the people. So they tell them they have equities in the stocks, and people look at their accounts like, yeah, I do have this equity, but it's a phantom gain because at any time the banker just siphon out whatever they given to the workers. Same thing with real estate. So many people I know bought houses in many different parts of the country paying above asking price because their real estate agent told them to. I mean, there was this lady that's a real estate agent on my Facebook. I blocked her. She's just, you know, excuse my language, an idiot. She was telling her, she was so happy, bragging that her clients were able to get cut this house paying $10,000, $20,000 above the asking price. And I was thinking to myself, and the same exact lady was making fun of me back in 2006 when I said gold was the play. And I ended up blocking her, but she still follows me on Instagram, and I wonder what she's thinking now, because gold went from 1,100 to 1,600, and these people that bought the house with her, that when she recommended to pay above the asking price instead of her doing more research because she was lazy, right? She didn't want to find her clients a better deal because it takes energy, so she just wanted to get her commission checks. Well, these people that she advised, she helped out, she had a fiduciary duty, and she didn't keep that. What's going to happen to these home buyers? She's not the only one. There's a lot of different agents out there that did the same exact prescription. Well, all these home buyers that bought the house in the last 5, 6 years, they're going to be significantly upside down. They're going to be upside down because of paying extra from the asking price. They're going to be upside down because of the way amortization works, which people don't realize is that when you buy a home, when you make the monthly payments, the first 10, 15 years is just going for interest, the banker's money, versus the debt balance or the principal. Um, so there's many different factors where not going to allow home sellers to have equity, on top of the market crashing, on top of there going to be massive inventory, from home builders that are in trouble themselves, all the way down to home sellers because of their jobs laying them off, because their jobs were zombie companies, from if it's manufacturing, if it's home builders, if it's, your technology company, if it's whatever it is. Just the other day, a milk company, like imagine how many people drink milk, right, in America, filed bankruptcy, dude. Old, like almost 90, 80, 100-year-old business. I forgot how old it was. They filed bankruptcy. So what am I saying? I'm saying that there is going to be blood on the streets, and they're already started now. But this creates massive, massive, massive opportunities. Okay. If you guys have any questions, leave a comment. I'll be happy to answer for you. Now, the opportunities that I see are in many different sectors, but the sectors that I personally work in is moving company, real estate brokerage, and being an investor. Okay. Um, and the new flip. Those are my areas, that I personally have done for 20 years, have massive experience in it. And so the opportunities that I see in the investment world, that fix and flippers are going to be in big trouble. Anyone that has done a deal or they're in the process of rehabbing, I mean, they're going to lose their shirts on this deal. Okay. And going forward, there's going to be opportunity, but the opportunity is going to be way less than before. Okay. Um, the opportunity in real estate is going to be with being the landlord, because we have ultra low interest rates, and rents are constantly going up. And what the Fed is doing right now with printing of money, more printing to come, is going to cause price of goods to go up, inflation, including rents. So that is a great G spot, if you could call it, in the business of being a landlord, where the investor doesn't borrow the money from a hard money lender. They don't borrow the money from credit cards. They don't borrow the money from friends and family. They don't raise money. What they do is they find these motivated sellers, and they just step into the seller's shoes and just take on their existing mortgage. The seller is motivated. They can't make payments. They go into a divorce. They lost their job. Whatever their story is, they got a job relocation. Whatever it is, they're trying to sell traditionally with a real estate agent. It's not working because of the mess that central bankers have created. And so they're willing to do other strategies, like subject to, like equity maximizers, like so many different things, guys. Okay. And the real money in being a real estate investor is not created by passive income, by getting deals without having the upfront cash for it, and without borrowing the money, because there's already an existing loan in place, and someone has already paid for all the closing costs, someone has paid all the junk fees, someone has made all the payments already, and all I have to do is just jump into their shoes and manage this property to the markets come up, manage this property to the markets come up. Okay. Meanwhile, collect a mean passive income check every month from renters that are going to be paying off the debt. So the strategy that I teach is called equity maximizer. And what I teach you guys, like for example, my virtual wholesaling course that you can get right now for $157. It's a full day seminar, 7 hour plus, where I teach you how to talk to motivated sellers, what to say, what not to say, how to say it, when to say it, so they build enough trust in you, report in you, um, so they're willing to give you the deal over the phone in your pajamas, so you don't have to drive anywhere. Okay, this opens a whole new markets to you, different states, different cities, or it allows you to do deals locally in the comfort of your pajamas, wherever that may be, right? Uh, at mrnofluff.com. It's called the Virtual Wholesaling. It's a $4,000 course. You can get it for $157. I think we only have 4 left, guys. Okay, so these opportunities are going to be everywhere, from stocks, for example. Gas has crashed 30%. Fuel has crashed 30%, guys, more than 30%. Okay, well, I think the markets are going to be crashing a lot further. But down the line, if someone wants to invest in these kind of things, it might make sense. I'm not trying to tell you what to do. I don't believe in stocks. I might get into some stocks when the crash. When I see 50 to 60% off, 40 to 60% off. But some people like stocks and they love stocks, and that might be a great opportunity, right? While it's going up, it was a really dumb idea. I know everyone on TV told you stocks was the play, but Mr. Mike told you in 2016, not financial advice, opinion, that big bubbles, and we're seeing everything that I forecasted in 2016 happen right now. Gold shooting up, markets are crashing, the real estate is in a danzy of highly motivated sellers. People have been trying to sell for 2 years and they haven't been able to sell, and which creates massive opportunity. As these sellers that have been trying to sell and they see what's happening in the market, they're going to even get more fired up. They're going to get more motivated, because they see what's happening. Some of them experienced that in 2006 when they lost their homes. So great opportunities upon us. If you guys have any questions, leave a comment. All right. The other thing, guys, is the market freezing up, dude. The market's freezing up. Now, this is why I don't like the stock market, and because it's rigged. Why is it rigged? Well, because when the markets are falling down, when the markets are falling down, the powers to be can unplug it. They can make you and I not be able to sell our stocks. Think about what I just said. It's like you have custodians, you have like parents that tell you, no, 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 we don't want you to sell right now. Well, it's your money. It took your life to make this money, your life energy to make this money. So then why do they have power of telling any Americans that, or on Americans that own the stuff, no, you can't sell it right now. We need a 15-minute recess. We need a 15-minute unplug. So this is when for me, it 100% verifies that the markets are rigged, that the powers to be can stop the market from crashing. And if they can stop it from crashing, more than likely they're manipulating it to go up. And that's why the market hasn't crashed since 2016, because of all the manipulation. And that proves my point exactly, that the markets, guys, I really don't believe that you can put money into a stock market. Just put your foot up, and it'll just go up. You don't have to get no new skills. You don't have to take get tools. You don't have to learn nothing extra. You just put it in something and just relax, and you go drink your wine, or you go watch sport events, and you go do all this fun stuff. And somehow it just always goes up, and somehow you will become rich. And everyone forgets about every crash that has happened since the 1919, where the bankers siphoned all that wealth up. So it's just imaginary. And this proves it even more that the markets froze because it was a meltdown. Like I woke up this morning and markets were down 1,929 points, right? And they freeze it so people can't sell off, right? So that right there shows you how rigged it is, and that the system is made for the companies, central bankers, Wall Street, to charge all kinds of fees and make all kinds of money from the average person for their retirement, from their wealth. I mean, think about it, everything they work for, because you can't put it in the bank today and get 15% interest rate like you could do in the 70s, 80s. Okay, you can't get 6 or 7% interest rates like you do back in the 90s. You can't get it anymore. And as the president wanted, we're heading towards negative interest rates, right? So today, there's nowhere to put your money in paper wise, like bonds or stocks that you're going to get or savings, or any of that stuff that you're going to get a return. The only thing that's been given a return is the artificially manipulated stock market. And now this is even crumbling because people are starting to realize that they've been fooled, right? They've been fooled. Now the big players, the powers to be, are trying to massage it, pull, do their last tricks, everything they can to stop it. But this time, the market crash is not only about the bankers, because that's who controls everything. This time is about supply shortages too. So they can't fix supply shortages. I mean, you can print all the money you want, but you can't create shoes out of thin air if someone's not producing it. You can't create X or Y if people are not going to work. So all the other crashes were bankers made, greedy corporations made, like mortgage-backed securities in 2006 with Countrywide, and so on. Those were all artificial, right? The bankers were so greedy; they weren't happy with the late fees charges they charge you. They weren't happy with the monthly fees they charge you. They weren't happy with the loan generation fees they charge you. They weren't happy with the amortization. They were still more greedy, right? And so what they did is create bad mortgages to people that couldn't borrow the money, subprime, packaged it up as mortgage security, sold it to Wall Street, and then Wall Street sold it to you, to your pension, to everyone around the world. And that was artificial. Today, they have that artificial problem as well, which they created because of easy money, and anyone can, borrow money. Anyone can be a house flipper, even if they have no experience, never been an entrepreneur. The gurus say yes, they have hard money lenders are going to give them the money, and and everyone thinks they could become an entrepreneur and take major risks when they have no experience at all. See, that is a problem because that's not the way it works, right? If you never had a successful business, then you really shouldn't be doing fix and flips, right? You shouldn't go borrow two or three. Not financial advice, is my opinion. Um, I'm not a financial advisor, but I don't think that's why so many people go under and go bankrupt, because they take too much leverage on because of easy money. So not only do we have the artificial problems that bankers and evil corporations have created for us in the stock market, in the lending, but today we have this bug that has created a shortage of supply. There's no masks, there's no sanitizers. Stores like big retail stores like Costco are running out of food. So it doesn't matter what the bankers do. It doesn't matter what the central bankers do, the Fed does. They could lower interest rates all they want. They could print all they want. They're just not going to create a shoe. They're not going to create a bicycle. They're not going to create these things that are created by people working. I don't care how much money they print. And all that's going to do is create more panic and more fear, because we just saw the Fed drop point 5, right, 0.5%, and the markets just didn't believe it. They went the total opposite way. Normally, the markets, whatever the Fed does, it keeps going up and up. But we're at the point where there's too much debt from the federal government, the states. Businesses are just zombie companies. They're just fully in debt. They don't make any money if they can't borrow more money. They can't pay payroll, like from GM to the factories to everything, guys. I know so many people have businesses. They don't own it. They're 90% in debt, 80% in debt in these businesses, right? Same thing with these houses, same thing with these commercial, you know. So you got to realize that you can't get freedom by creating debt. That doesn't come that. Freedom comes from creativity, imagination, your heart. It doesn't come from FICO score. It doesn't come from a loan, right? I mean, they could print out money all day long. If people ain't producing anything, it ain't gonna work. The only reason money was created because people were producing something, right? If there was no production, there would be no need for money. People were producing cars or people socks or camels or shirts or underwear, and other people wanted to trade with them, and that's what the money created. The money by itself can't create an economy, because economy is about production. And as we know today, China is the mother of all production, and we call them the boogeyman. And in social media, I see some people talk about bad about the Chinese, but they don't realize that their underwear, their pants, their socks, their food, their cars, their cell phones, their computers, everything is made in China, and there really should be like bowing down to them because they're giving us all the luxuries for pennies on the dollar. We're giving them fake paper, and they're putting all the sweat equity, all their natural resources into it. Same with every other country. The reason we live so good in America is because we have the world reserve currency, because we're the petrodollar, and that gives us a lot of power. Once we lose the world reserve currency, then we are going to face the greatest depression ever in America, because we don't know what it is to not have stuff. We haven't experienced it. Maybe our grandparents or great grandparents have, but we have forgot about that. We're a society of wanting to get the reward today and then make payment plans to pay it later, right? I mean, that doesn't even make sense, guys. Think about it. That's not how nature works. You can't have a harvest without doing the work first. But with the bankers, with Wall Street, they made everyone believe that hot tea, baby, hot tea. They made everyone believe that you can have success today, you can have the money today, you can have the harvest today, you can have your college degree today, you can have your car today, you can have your house today, you can have your vacation today without having the money for it. And they breeded a whole society of deadpreneurs, right? And in this channel, I teach you guys how to be your dreams without getting into debt, without using credit card, imagination, creativity, and baby this, because man, think about it. The Bible says, every old holy book says, right? The Creator created us. So the Creator is a creator, right? And we were made in His reflection, so we got to create. Creating doesn't mean to borrow money. Right? Creating happens through our brain, through our insight, through our listening to our gut feeling. And with all the propaganda, with all the education, they thought that the thinking is the key, and they forgot to teach us that sacrifice, teach us to take a risk, teach us to listen to our heart, to be our dreams, the creativity, imagination, or the real power of us. And they deleted those things, and they made us think that if we're A, we're going to be better than someone that's a C. Great. If we have a FICO score of 700 and someone has 400, they're going to be this and this. And the powers to be have deleted the power of you. And so what I do this channel is that you can have abundance no matter if the economy's up, the economy's sideways, the economy's down. It doesn't matter what your FICO score or how much money you have. Start where you stand means basically that. Start where you stand. You're enough. Guys, click the like button, guys. Click the like button. Got any comments, leave it below. I'll be happy to answer for you. And let me know if you guys like hot tea, guys. Hot tea and some beautiful dates, dude. Dates, guys, because believe it or not, man, you got to eat healthy. You got to eat healthy. You can't eat processed food. A few corporations, they own everything. So they're poisoning your brain by propaganda saying you don't smell good and you need this. They're telling you you're not worthy enough. You need this kind of credit card. And at the same time, those same companies own the food companies that give you a bunch of nasty food that causes cancer, causes obesity, that strips the nutrition away. At the same time, they own the same freaking pharmaceutical companies that give you the pills that make doctors indebted $400,000 before they even start. And we wonder why they don't have time to get to know us, because they're indebted. That's why, you know, that's why the shit is the way it is right now, guys. That the debt cycle has to stop. It's unhealthy for the planet. It's unhealthy for the people. People don't have no respect for sacrifice. They don't have no respect for hard work. They have no respect for you know be their dreams. Do you listen to their heart, right? They just want the bling bling, as the rappers say. They just want the shiny stuff, right? Uh, without really realizing all the consequences that goes with it. All right, guys, let me take some comments. Keith, what's up, my man? Julian Anthony, what's the hardest part of real estate? That's a really good question, guys. The hardest part of real estate, the hardest part of being an entrepreneur And listen to this good, ladies and gentlemen. The hardest part of being a real estate investor, the hardest part of being an entrepreneur, the hardest part of being your dream is your mindset. That's it, right? If the mindset, okay, if you think you can do it, then you can do it. If you think you can do it, then you're not going to do it. Jesus said that, Buddha said that, all the greats said that, okay? And that's the truth because we live in a world of abundance. And even though there's a bloodbath happening right now, there's great opportunities to be made. I am seeing people that went to, for example, Walmart. They bought hand sanitizers and they're selling it for $400. They're selling it for $60 on Facebook, on Amazon, where they pay $10 for it. Well, that's some people hate on that. Like, oh, these people are gouging. I just think that they saw opportunity that most people didn't see, and they took a risk with it. They went and bought $200 worth of $500 worth of product, and they take risks with it. And now there is no supply. So those people should reap the reward. And I'm okay with paying $400, $300, whatever it is to get what I need because I didn't do my footwork. I should have been more prepared. I should have been got masked before. I said, you know what? I did what the TV told me to do. Like, hey man, put your head down. It's not going to happen here. It's just a virus. This. I went to uh, online and I realized that there was no food, no dry food anymore from REI to Bass Pro to Amazon to Home Depot to everywhere. They can order it for you 4 to 8 weeks, but there's none there. That's when I start saying there's something wrong, and I quickly went to Costco the next day and made a video for you guys that they were out. But I ended up stockpiling on this stuff. Uh, but to answer your question, what is the hardest part about real estate? What is the hardest part about being your dream is your mindset. If you don't have the right mindset, and the problem is that, for example, for me, I just talk about me. Like when I wanted to be my dreams, everyone around me didn't have the right mindset, and it was very very hard because my mama dissed on me, my daddy dissed on me, my brother dissed on me, my sister dissed on me, my best friends dissed on me. Everyone I knew was dissing on me because they said, Mike, how can you start a business? You just getting out of college, you got no money, no experience, you got literally $100, you're gonna live in your car. How are you gonna start a business? How are you gonna start it, right? And everyone had the mindset that it cannot be done because this is the way it's normally is done. I just knew in my heart it's going to be done. I knew that I'm going to be a multimillionaire. Everyone laughed at me. I remember my aunt, my uncles. I mean, like everyone in the world, guys. And it was hard. And so that's why I distanced myself from everyone and lived in my car. Because if I want to be my dreams, I had to keep my costs down, and I had to distance myself from negativity for people that don't have the belief in me because I believe in myself. So the hardest part is the ability to have the mental toughness to believe in yourself, have the mental toughness to realize that there's opportunities. Because in a world of dualities, you can look at the positive or the negative. You can look at how you're going to be your dreams or how it's not going to work for you. And whatever you focus on is what you're going to get. And that's a really simple idea, but that is a darn truth. Okay, that's why I recommend everyone to start visualizing yourself. Like what I do is I sit up every day, I do my meditation, and one of my meditation is I basically sit like here with my hands crossed right here, and I close my eyes, and I visualize what I want exactly, just that one image, right? For example, if my image is to make this amount of money, I just see it, right? And I see it, just that image every day. And guess what? And those things come for me because we live in a world, we're sitting underneath the tree of a wish tree. This world is a abundant. Think about it. One little tree falls down, and you have a forest of apples, right? One little tree, right? One seed can give you unlimited trees. So we live in a world of abundance. Now, the concrete bubble of mankind have created a lot of disabilities for us, saying, oh, you can't read this grade, or you're a B or C, or you need FICO score, you need this. And we get programmed to believe that. And many of us will believe that. And that's why we have to have two jobs or being indebted to the state master. I never believed that. And there's been times that I thought that I couldn't make it. And because I was faced with temporary defeat. And after, crying myself, getting in bed, all that stuff, then I got up, licked my wounds, and continued forward, changing my mindset that no, I can do it here. I've done it here before. America is the best country ever. I could do it again. And I don't need any money, no credit, no stinky banker. I will have to use imagination. I would have to use creativity. I got to follow my heart. And there will be times where I'll just boom get knocked out, right? And that is a great blessing, because when I do get knocked out, when I am have a temporary defeat, that's the time where I have to reflect and say, look, I'm doing something wrong here. And that's why the pain is like the gods, it's like the angels whispering in my ear, change, change, change. And I just have to listen to that. And many people don't want to listen to that because it's painful, it sucks. But, you know, in that defeat, that's when I reflect and make the correct changes. Sometimes I don't want to, but I have no choice. If I don't make the changes, there's going to be more pain and more pain. And the pain is really the angels whispering in my ear saying, Mike, you got to change. And sometimes I don't know what to change. And sometimes is I know what to change because I listen to my heart, and my heart tells me this is what you got to do. I just have to have the balls, the courage to follow through with it. And it's hard, dude. There's times that I've, like, for example, kicked out students that I liked a lot out of my program. It was hard, that they're paying me, and I don't want to, sell my soul, so I just kicked them out. It was extremely hard. I'm not gonna lie to you. There's times that I turned away money. I refunded customers, students that paid me big, large money because I didn't like their ethical values, or I thought that they're trying to take advantage of sellers, or they're trying to take advantage of myself, or whatever. And I just say, you know what, man, here's your money, adios. And yeah, it's hard, but here's the thing. If I don't feel good, then I can't produce. I can't create anything. So one of the most important thing is for me to feel good and for you to feel good, because in the society we live in, they make us feel not good. We're not tall enough, we're not short enough, we're not skinny enough, we don't smell a certain way, we don't have a certain car, we don't have a certain this, we don't have certain that, whatever, right? So they're constantly promoting us with ideas that don't make us feel good. And when we don't feel good, we can't listen to our gut feeling because we're blocking that shit away. Only when we feel good can we be producers, create through our imagination. So it's very, very important to be able to feel good. And one of the ways that I feel good is by helping you guys out. That's why I do these videos. In 2013, I was extremely depressed. I was making shitload of money. I had my dreams. I had all the material things that I wanted, but I was still depressed. And I remember I did my very first channel. I failed in speech. I couldn't write. I couldn't. But I remember, like, every time I helped someone out, it made me feel good. So I just did my channel. I didn't even know how to do editing, anything. I just got up and did it. And man, and people reach out to me, say, "Oh man, I made money from it." And it's starting to feel good. Starting to feel good. And the most important thing is the mindset. And if you can't control your mindset, then you can't have success. It's as simple as that, because your mind will control you. It will create fear. It will create you're frozen. And I know because I experienced all that. So it will create lack of decision making. It will create your focus on only the negativity versus the positivity. It'll create a lot of problems. And no matter what kind of skills you can get, like what kind of tools you can get, it's not going to work for you. There's people that do the new flip and it doesn't work for them. And it doesn't work for them because they're just not right in their brain. They're not willing to take risks. They're not willing to take action. They think everything doesn't work, and it sure doesn't work for them. And there's a lot of people that take action and it works for them. Just like myself, I just made, like I said, $530 in like an hour and 19 minutes, guys. I do the new flip every freaking day because there's nowhere else I can get a return in this market like in the new flip. Not real estate, not gold, not Bitcoin. All right. But good question, guys. If you have any questions, leave a comment. My man says, today is a new morning. Things are changing. Keith, guys, today is a new morning, and every day is a new morning because, man, we got to realize that getting up and living in America is such a great opportunity. I mean, like, seriously, guys, to live in America, even in a economic class, we have securities, we have these blankets that, for example, you can go and be your dreams. If you fall down, and Uncle Sam may give you food stamps, or they may give you this. So where else can you do that in the world, right? So it's stupid I see that people are just having jobs and getting the second job instead of being their dreams, because this is the power of America. You can go out there and, like, literally fail, and there's like a bunch of people that can help you out, right? So no one wants to be homeless, no one wants to be on the streets and be their dreams, right? But if that happens, there are situations that can take care of you, and that's a possibility of whenever you follow your heart, right? That's why I lived in my car, and and I'm thinking about that again because to decrease my overhead expenses, guys. Because you know, you, you, if you have big overhead, you're not going to have a whole lot of money put in your business. And, I think that putting money in your business is more important than luxury stuff, right? Luxury stuff, because luxury stuff will make someone else be their dreams, where putting into my business will make me be my dreams. So there is a new day coming in the financial sector and the debt cycle sector in real estate, and the different mindsets entrepreneurs are going to have. But at the same time, it's a great day every day if you're alive, because there are people in the hospital beds. And trust me, there's been times I've been down and I just go to the hospitals in my past, and I just bring people I don't even know food or whatever. And it's just like, it makes me feel good. But at the same time, help me realize, like, hey, dude, I'm alive today. I'm not in a hospital bed. I don't have a feeding tube. I don't have a respirator. And if you're in the same exact situation as me, then you got to give thanks. Like, oh, shit, thank you. Now, there's a lot of fear out there, but we still got to be thankful that, man, what we have and where we live, right? Because, we live in the best country ever. And if you don't know that, man, I criticize Big Brother. But again, I don't like any Big Brother in any country. But America has the better Big Brother than any place else. And that's the truth. And there's a lot of opportunities here, right? But I want a better involvement. I want us to not have money for merchants of death, war, but have money for masks and sanitizers and, homelessness and poverty and, getting your kids better lives versus going and bombing people. So, but that said, America's a great country, guys, to be in. Great opportunity. I think someone asked me, okay, Julian, how should I get started in real estate? Okay. So the very first thing is, man, go to mrnofluff.com, download my book. It's free. It's free, dude. Download my book. mrnofluff.com. Everyone, go to Mr. Download my book. Okay. Great information. It talks about the untraditional way of getting in real estate, where you don't have to have a lot of money. You don't have to have a certain type of credit score, what I call creative real estate investing. So it's for free. Click on, when you get on the homepage, this download free book, click on it. It's for free. So that's the first thing you should do. The second thing is that, and this is not a financial advice or anything like that, but if it was me, I would download the new Flip. The new Flip will teach you the real estate business without the debt that comes with the real estate. Okay. The new Flip will make you money today fast without having to wait 2 or 3 months to get your first deal, or some people a couple of years. Who knows? The new Flip can stack a bunch of chips up for you, stack your pile of money up. So when you start getting the real estate, you're not have to borrow money on a credit card. You don't have to use someone else's money. You got your own money that you created that wasn't from your job or wasn't from your savings. It was from the new Flip. Because what I teach is house money. House money means that for example, I started a new Flip with $100. I put in $100 in, and on my very first deal, I took my $100 out and I had 400 or 500 bucks left over. Okay. From now on, that $500 is what I call my house money. I already took my money out. So I have no risk in this game. If I lose all this $500, guess what? I'm ahead. Most people that do businesses, start investments, they got to use their own money. I put my money in and I took quickly out. So I start using the house money. So I got my $100 in my pocket safe. I got the house money, and I've grown this $100 into multiple thousands of dollars, bought 2 beautiful bikes for me and my wife, bought our emergency dry food, all through the new Flip, guys. I didn't even use my own money. And what it teaches you is how to start a business, how to sell, how to negotiate, how to do inspection. It teaches you everything you need to know to have stack of money, but also when you get into the real estate business, to have the most success. Now, many people that want to get in real estate, they have jobs, and their odds of success is very, very slim. Because for me, I went from the E quadrant to the S quadrant, like Rich Dad says. I went from in high school having like cleaning cars or delivering pizzas to being a personal trainer. I was self-employed. From there, I realized that I needed to create systems. I created a moving company. Then I had people working for me. Then I got into the real estate, buying rental property. So I traveled the cash flow quadrant. Okay, many people fail because they're in the E quadrant. They don't have the right mindset. They don't have the skills, and they don't want to go from the E quadrant and cross over into the I quadrant, which is almost impossible. Some people do it. I had students that I've helped them do it, but end of the day, I see them making bad decisions because they didn't have to go travel to the whole section. We all make bad decisions; it's totally normal. Okay, um, but what the new Flip does is it helps you go from the I quadrant into the S quadrant, and once business starts working for you, you can hire virtual assistants, and you can actually turn into a full-fledged business where you can be making 20, 30, 50, 100, whatever you want, have a storefront if you really wanted to, business. But meanwhile, you've gone from from the E to the I to the B. So you're learning a whole lot of skills that most people may not have if they have jobs all their life. It's going to be very impossible, almost impossible, to go from an E and instantly bypass the S, bypass the B, and get into the I. And that's why so many people go bankrupt, because they listen to these gurus. They go get the hard money lender, $200,000. They're trying to do a flip. They don't understand margins. They don't understand how tight these margins is. They see a couple of guys doing it. They get on a bus tour. They feeling good again, and they make $100,000 mistakes, right? Um, and that's because they don't understand the journey of ESBI. Every quadrant, you have to have different mindset. You have to have different skill sets. You have to have different liabilities, and so on. And you learn that. So the new flip helps you go from the E to the S to the B to the I, or it teaches you go from the E to the I and then go to the investment world. Uh, the E to the S to the I. It sounds like a rap or something, guys. All right, guys. Before I forget, if you're interested on finding subject to deals, owner financing deals, getting these deals over the cell phone in your pajamas, so you don't have to go to different sellers when there's a bug out there, okay? Or if you want to open your markets to different areas of the states, then you should definitely download the virtual wholesaling, where it's a full day seminar, 7 hour plus, where I teach you. You get to listen in to live calls with us talking to sellers. They're giving us their no's and no, I don't want to do this. No, I don't. And we're rebuttaling them, right? You get to hear all this stuff right now for 157 bucks for a full day seminar that I sell for 4,000 bucks at mrnoflip.com. Remember, there was 50. There's only 4 left, so don't wait around. The other thing is, before I forget, the new flip, guys. If you're looking for a side hustle, if you're thinking about starting a business, if you're scared that you're going to get fired, if you already got fired, then instead of looking for another job, you might consider doing the new flip. It works in up markets, it works in sideways markets, it works in downward markets. It works really best in a downward market. Very, very good. Uh, and all you need is $100 capital. That's it, $100 to start this business. $100. You don't have to do cold calling. You don't have to do multi-level marketing. You don't have to create a website. You don't have to do all the stuff that people make you do to suck up your money. Because the purpose of the new flip is to reprogram you to realize that America is great, to realize that you can make money, you can be your dreams with no money, just $100, guys. $100. Where can you go to make that kind of money with $100? Nowhere that I know of. That's why I created a new flip for you guys. So the new flip will reprogram you, will make you money today, and at the same time will teach you all the skills you need to be a successful real estate investor without the debt at mrnoflip.com for just 97 bucks, guys. 97 bucks. Okay. Actually, we just got one sold, guys. So there's only 3 more of the what is it called? The virtual wholesaling. Thank you for everyone that just bought it, guys. Thank you. So there's only 3 more. There's not 4, guys. Okay. Once that's sold, the price is going back. And listen to this. I'll never, ever, ever have it at this price ever again. The reason I'm doing it is because I'm trying to help you, 50 you gals and girls, to be your dreams, and help you become a multimillionaire. Because in my heart of hearts, I know this is the season to be a successful entrepreneur. Not because markets are going up like they've been going up. No, because market's going to be coming down, because there's going to be blood in the streets, because there's going to be fear like crazy. And guess what? In my opinion, not financial advice, this is the best time, man. The best time to get up and take action, because these are just lifetime opportunities that don't come around all the time. Maybe every 10 years, or longer. Okay, and this time looks like the greatest Great Depression, because the greatest Great Depression, and wealth will be exchanged. It's going to be flown from the working class into the elites. And I just want to get a little piece of that chum and help out some of these home sellers, so the bankers don't get their home and they don't have to get a black eye or 2 black eyes, foreclosure or bankruptcy. And if you're interested in creating wealth, passive income for yourself, then consider joining my profit sharing. If you have a little money saved up, then profit sharing. 3K for 1 month of training. So 3K for 1 month of training, guys. And after that, it's only $119 a month if you decide to stay. So after that, if you want to stick around for a couple of months or a couple of years, you're only paying 119 bucks and you still get the same level of training for month after month, guys. So 3K, 1 month of training, profit sharing, MrNoFlip.com, and seats are limited. And remember, with the profit sharing, you're going to get $9,500 of products like Flipping Wednesdays, where I teach you how to find motivated sellers for free in your backyard, guys, without spending any money. It works. I use it every day myself. You'll be getting the Alchemist Net, which is a website, what I called your seed funnel, where convert. We'll write you the copy, the sales copy. We teach you how to do the videos. So you have a funnel that does the selling for you versus you doing the selling, okay? And so many other products I can't remember, guys. Like my terminator offer letter, my follow-up systems, my marketing systems, my Facebook marketing. Again, it's $9,500 of products. You get it for free because I want you to win. So if you got your money right, you want someone to watch over your back, hold your hand, ask any kind of questions you want, then profit sharing 3K 1 month, 3K 1 month. You're not going to find that on a tour bus. You're not going to find that on some of these other guys. They want to get you in debt. I want to help you use your creativity, imagination, and make money when the winds are blowing for you, man. The winds are blowing like they haven't blown in a long time. And this is a great opportunity. I'll take some more questions. Julian, thanks for asking. California guy, how's it going, man? After work, I'm paying for your course. Is still available. California guy, hey, what's going on, man? Man, I wish I was in California, but it looks like there's gonna be a lot of opportunity in California. What part of California you're from, man? Uh, the course, yeah, I just had four. Someone just bought one, so there's three left, dude. So hopefully there'll be one available for you. Uh, Guys and gang, you may want to consider joining the academy. The academy, you get access to my best-selling courses and monthly coaching once a month. It's going to be a recorded for just 97 bucks, guys. Man, sounds like a great idea. There's a lot of bicycle trails out there, man. You may also want to consider, if you have a job, my man, you may want to consider doing the new flip. I had another student. His name was Jose, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, I think that's what it is, but I'm not 100% sure. You know, he's doing the new flip in California. He did eight flips in 4 weeks, guys. Eight flips. I mean, I had him on my YouTube channel. If you want to go check him out, I'm Mr. No Fluff. Just click on the testimonials and you'll see it. Uh, California is really hot for the new flip, man. And if you have a job and you know what I'm saying, and why not create a side hustle, right? The new flip is where I would tell you to start off. Maybe you want to go ahead and get both of the courses because this course is never going to be the virtual wholesaling this price ever again. So maybe you could get both of them. But I would start out with the new flip. Take $100, grow it, 5 grand, 10 grand, 20 grand, whatever you think is fit. Then use non financial advice, this opinion. Then I would use that money to start a business or invest. I wouldn't use credit card. I wouldn't use my savings. I wouldn't use any of that, man, because business is risky, right? But if I'm using what's called house money, then my odds of success extremely skyrockets because I got no money in it. I got no money in it. Like the new flip, I started with $100. I took that money out months ago, and I'm still growing that money, dude. Just the other day, I just made 530 bucks in like an hour and 19 minutes, guys. Maybe just an hour, right? Okay, very low, right? So that's what I would do because once you realize how easy it is to be a hustler, entrepreneur in America, your mindset has changed. Because my man asked me a little bit earlier, what is the hardest thing about real estate? And I said the mindset. So that's why we have to have wins in our lives to get the confidence, to get the pride, to believe in ourselves. Because sometimes, man, we've been conditioned not to believe in ourselves because the TV told us we're too short, we're too stinky, we're not big enough, we're not this, and we believed it. Right? The school said we're A or B or C, and we believed it. So it's very important to have wins. It's very important to try a simple system that works, because once you see something works, then confidence comes. You start feeling good. Once you start feeling good, then you have more belief to your heart, and you're willing to listen to it more. And that's what the whole goal of this channel is, for you to listen to your heart, because that's the key. You already know what to do. The problem is many of us shut out our heart. We shut out our intuition. We shut it out because we have so much fear, because we have so many debt, we have so many bills, because we're consuming so much, so we can't listen to it. And my goal is to help you be your dreams because you have everything already inside you, if that makes any sense. All right. Benson 700. Sorry if I butcher your name. I work for the state, local government, and I do have a 401k pension. Would that be affected in the market being as though it's not private? Man, I'm not a financial advisor, my man. But I think that many pensions are going to be hurting in this economic collapse. Firefighters, school teachers, state park rangers, uh, and you name it, right? I think anyone that has money into the stocks is going to be affected. Okay, I mean, just how much? Uh, I would say 40 to 60%. I mean, we just saw it today almost 6, 7% down, guys, and this is just the beginning. So think about it. They had to unplug the machines so people wouldn't sell off, because if they would have sell off, we would have saw the 40%, 50%, 60%. The probability we probably saw that, right? Because after a certain percentage, the algorithms kick in and everyone's just selling. It's automatic. So that's why they pull the machines, right? Uh, so scary stuff for people that invest into those type of instruments. That's why I never bought stocks. But I think in this crash, I may get into some selective stocks, companies with great balance sheets, not dead companies, not zombie companies. But I know why so many people do it, because it's easy. You can put your money in there and you just relax. You can just go do your whatever you do with your life, and you don't have to be responsible in a sense of learning new skills. You don't have to learn how to, read a financial statement. You don't have to learn how to do sales. You don't have to learn how to do marketing. You don't have to learn how to do management. You don't have to learn how to delegate. You don't have to do any of this stuff. And somehow magically the market will go up. And historically, the bankers have done that, but at the same time, they siphon off that surplus in every recession. Okay. And that's why I've never got into the markets, because I know they're rigged. I know they're fake. And one proof is how they just unplugged everything. So the powers to be can unplug it, which is manipulated, then they can manipulate it going up. So I've never been a stock guy. I've always liked to be in control, right? I like to be in control. Now, if I'm in control, two things will happen. I will win, or I will have a crash, or I will have losses. But if I'm in control and I have a loss, I get to learn something because I listen to my pain and suffering, right? There's a reason I have pain and suffering. Some people make excuses. I don't make excuses. I listen to it. I reflect and say, what can I do? Because the angels are whispering in my ear that I got to make changes, right? But if I have wins, then great. So both ways, I'm in control. So I always done investments and being an entrepreneur that I was in control. Like when I buy real estate, I'm in total control, right? I'm in total control because I'm not getting the bank from the loan. I know what the monthly cash flow is going to be right when I buy it. I have a good understanding what may happen in the future, which is called speculation, but I don't buy it for speculation. I buy it for today's numbers. So I'm in total control. When I started a moving company, I was in total control. One day I decided to start a moving company out of college, living in my car with $100. One day I decided I was making a lot of money. I wasn't happy. And I said, you know what? I'm just going to shut it down. I don't have any debt. I don't owe anyone. I could just shut it down. I didn't sell my business. I could do that. So that's the power of being in control. If I was, working with a job, I wouldn't have a control. I would have to be a slave to them. If I had, X and Y with debt, I couldn't be in control. So I like to be in control. I'm not saying it's the best way to do it. It's not the easiest way to do it. The easiest way to put in your 401s and just relax, but know that the bankers will siphon it out. Now, some people didn't allow that phantom gain to be all lost. They sold, like I told my wife, before the market started coming down, I said, man, take your money out, right? I'm not trying to tell you what to do. I'm not a financial advisor, so don't listen to me. I'm more wrong than right. But I told her, get your money out because it's going to crash, dude. And I'm glad she did. I'm glad she listened to me. She didn't want to. And now she sees it just today. 1,900 points, guys, in one freaking day. And this is just the beginning of it. This is the beginning, in my opinion. And they may be able to rig it up more. They print more money, but eventually, if they print more money, then there's going to be civil unrest. We saw that in France. We saw that with the Yellow Vest movement. We saw the firefighters in France marching on the streets because they can't pay for their living expenses because they're printing so much money. So either way is dangerous. If we keep cutting, we go to negative. we keep printing, then there'll be civil unrest. There's going to be firefighters. There's going to be school teachers. There's going to be all kinds of people that have lost their retirement. They've lost their equities in their homes, and the cost of living, rents keep going up, and they're going to be upset, dude. Right? That's the only two things that are going to happen. When people can't feed their kids, they're marching on the streets, man. So the reason in America we don't see people marching on the streets because we have the credit system that they give you money, but that whole credit system is about to break because we're losing the world reserve currency, we're losing the petrodollar power, and as more and more countries wake up to this scam that we're running, from the dollar all the way down to the markets, then the more chance of the market crashing, the more chances of the dollar falling, which will create the end of the petrodollar, which will create the end of getting the harvest before we plant. That's not how a tree works. That's not how apple works. That's not how a tomato works. First, you got to plow the ground, put the seed, nurture it. Then the creator will do his thing. Then you'll get a harvest. You don't just get a harvest up front. You can't just get a house up front and then pay it down the line. You can't just get a car up front and pay down the line. You can't just start a business. You just can't put your stuff into a investment and just put your feet up and forget about it and hope that it'll keep going up. And the people that are in control, well, the insiders, they already knew what's going on and they sold. I did a video about some of the big guys and the home builders. They sold. They cashed out over $500 million, 500 and something dollars, just a couple of weeks ago. Right? They knew what was coming. Well, other people, pensions, 401s, they're buying into this guy's home building enterprise that has negative equity, that has no equity, 80, 90% in debt. And the top people are just selling their stocks. Now, does that sound fair? Does that sound fair? It doesn't sound fair to me. It doesn't sound fair at all. I don't think that the big guys should be able to sell their stocks. That's their company. They got to crash with it or they got to go up with it, but they shouldn't be able to sell because they have the insider hand on it. They're sitting a lot higher. So it's funny how that builder, I think his name was Brian something, he cashed out $500 million, 500 and something million, and now a few days later, the market is just tanking. All these people that had their stocks in this home builder just down the drain, guys. Is that fair? Does that sound fair? I don't think so. There are people that are right now retiring. They're just like retired yesterday, and now the market is down. That's their money they're going to survive on, man. That's not fair. But I told everyone about this in 2016. I said, ooh, 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 ooh. We have real estate bubble. We have stock bubble. We have credit bubble. We have bond bubble. We have all kinds of bubbles. And guess what? Everyone was having a party train on that Titanic, drinking the champagne, dancing around. And I said, okay, man, what can I say? But good comment, man. I have no idea. You might want to talk to a financial advisor, but I think pain is coming. My man said, I want to get into a house. What courses should I get to take over payments? All right, that's a really good question. I'm thinking about actually creating a subject to mastery that talks about this exact question that you have. But some of the courses that I have right now, it depends if you have money, right? And this is not financial advice either, just my opinions. If you have money, if you have like 10, 20, 30 grand, then perfect. But if you don't got 10 grand, then you do with the new flip. So you can raise your capital, right? Because you got to have some money. But the courses of getting a subject to, well, the virtual wholesaling will help you with that because it teaches you how to get the deal over the phone. It teaches you how to talk to sellers because in this business, subject twos, there is no banker. There's no real estate agent. So the decision maker is the home seller. And if you learn how to use the skills that I teach you in the course, how to build credibility, how to become an expert, how to build trust, and what to say, when to say it, how to say it, and what not to say, then the seller more than likely is going to give you the deal since they're the decision maker. So I would definitely get the virtual wholesaling. I have another course that's on sale right now. It's called Owner Financing for Profits, and that talks about subject to deals. But I'm thinking about creating a whole new course. If you guys are interested, leave a comment. Was I thinking about calling it subject to something? If you got an idea, and I was thinking about giving you guys all my paperwork, my contracts, all the paperwork that I use, the marketing. I mean, the whole thing and do a flash sell on it. I would have to, of course, make it. So if you're interested in pre-ordering it, probably sell it for $2,500. because it's going to be very detailed. It's going to be my whole business. But I may do a flash sale for beginner launch, maybe for like 200, 250, somewhere around that. I haven't decided because it's a lot of work. And in this crash, I don't want to spend a lot of time making products. I want to go out there and get deals. So that's my dilemma. This is the best time to buy subject to deals, but I already have pre-courses made. Uh, Owner financing for profits is at mrnofluff.com. I think it's a couple of $100. And then my virtual wholesaling will teach you how to talk to the sellers, which is the most important part in this business after lead generation, to get the deal. And both of them are in sell at mrnofluff.com. But if you don't have your money right, then the new flip, and then the virtual wholesaling, and then the owner financing for profits, or the mother course, or join my profit sharing where we can work together and to help you do deals, guys. It's $3K for 1 month. Guys, what's happening with Bitcoin, man? Bitcoin looks like it's taking a beating today. And a couple of months back, I said that Bitcoin looks like there's a correlation with the stock market. Okay, and it looks like there is a correlation with the stock market, because when the market is down, Bitcoin's going down, even though Bitcoin was supposed to be a tool for it to go back up, guys. So that's kind of crazy. I, I'm 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 heavily invested in cryptos. So we'll see what happens with that. But that's my very first speculation investment ever. And the only reason I got into Bitcoin is because I believe the technology, because I believe that it's going to dethrone the bankers and dethrone all the paper wars that we're having all around the world because of fiat dollars. So that's the only reason I got into it, because more of technology revolution, of better of mankind, versus making a lot of money, because I don't like speculating investment. I don't like doing that. I like to buy something that make money today versus I got to wait 5, 10 years. And that's why I like passive income subject twos in the 2020 crash, because interest rates are all time low, rents are going up. So as soon as I buy the same day, I'm going to have massive, massive, massive cash flows, guys. Okay. Uh, got some comments to see what's going on, guys. My man, he nailed it on top. He says, you JTuber, can't see 1 second. He said, buy gold and don't buy paper gold. Dude, uh, I don't like paper anything. Right? I don't like paper stocks. I just think they're manipulated. I don't like paper gold, paper silver. The real deal is where it's at. In 2016, I said gold was the play. It was $1,100. Today, gold was, when I got up this morning, was like, or last night, I think it was like 1703. $1,700.03. I don't know where it's going to go, but I know it's going to go up. How much up? I have no idea. But it's amazing to nailed it on the top, dude. Back in 2016, when I told everyone the crash is coming, I told everyone that gold's going to go up, and people laughed at me. And surely, I was right on both of those things. But I'm wrong a whole lot. So, but I was definitely right on those things. And I've been doing these videos just for you guys. Okay. Um, JTuber, Tube Gamer, he said gold versus cryptos. I done a couple of videos about gold versus cryptos, guys, on my channel, on my blog, free training. Go check it out. Uh, I'm not sure about cryptos because I like Bitcoin. I have a lot of different crypto, right, from different companies. But the more I've been in the game, the more I realize these shit coins are just a way for companies to make a lot of money. But I like Bitcoin because no one controls it, no one owns it, it's decentralized. So I definitely think that Bitcoin has a lot of movement. Ethereum has a lot of movement. Uh, there's a lot of potential in it, but again, it's speculation, 100%. And I wouldn't, I, if someone was new, I wouldn't tell them to get into cryptos because it's highly risky. And for me, I don't want to lose my money, but I put it in there knowing that I might lose all of it, right? So that's the way I did it. And I'm not going to pull it out to I see significant gains. So I'm going to go down with the ship or I'm going to go up to the moon. And that's how I did it. Gold, I think, has been around since the beginning of time. I think it's a safe play. I think every country in the world knows what gold is. And I've been very happy with my gold investment. I haven't been too happy with my Bitcoin, but again, it hasn't been enough time. I bought it after the crash happened of Bitcoin when it went from 20,000 to 11,000. When the crash happened, 50%, I started buying it. And there's times that I bought Bitcoin at 3,500 and it's gone up, and the ones that I bought at 11 are in losses. But again, it's a very short period of times. And when I bought Bitcoin, I bought it for a 7 to 10 year play. I've only been in it for like 3.5 years, so I still got another 5 years left before I could make a decision on it. But when I bought it, I didn't think it was going to go up tomorrow. I knew it was like 5 to 10 year play, 7 to 10 year play, and I'm in it to the top or I'm in it to down zero. But either way, I'm all the way in it. I'm not gonna half-ass myself. But good questions, guys. Guys, click the like button. Let me know what state you're from, and don't forget to check out my courses at my real estate dojo. A man said, "What type of real estate business or real estate investments should I start if I have a lot of money saved up?" Man, that's something that you have to go, listen to your heart and make a decision. I'm not a financial advisor; I can't tell you what to do, uh, but I'm constantly telling you guys what I'm doing, and I'm like open hand. Sometimes I win, sometimes I lose, but if you made money already, then you should be smart enough to listen to your heart, and I think you should just listen to it and think about what you should do. Don't listen to me or anyone else. If you work for it, be in control of it too, dude. Right? Because if you crash and burn, you have no one to blame. If you make a whole lot of money, you did it yourself, dude. I don't think it's wise to ask people what you should do with your money. I don't ask financial advisors because most of those guys are schmucks. They just got out of college making some money trying to sell me on something. Nor do I ask anyone else because I just listen to my heart. My heart knows what to do. Your heart knows what to do. The creator is in you if you just listen to it, right? And if you have money, you already made money. You got to be smart enough to already make that money, and you should just listen to yourself because the power is in you, dude. The power is in you. Now, if you're looking for to get skills in real estate, I can help you with that. If you're looking to buy houses subject to where you don't have to use all your money, I can help you out with that. If you're looking to do wholesaling, I can help you out with that. But there's great opportunities all around us, from moving company to real estate to stocks, and there's all kinds of opportunities around us right now. Buying businesses, buying commercial. So do what you love to do and listen to your heart is what I would tell you, man. Much love, guys. Thanks for watching. Go to my website, My Real Estate Dojo. Get the last 3 courses for the virtual wholesaling before they sell out, guys. And don't take no for answer. And remember, you're awesome just the way you are, dude. Start where you stand. Be your dreams and fucking stick you banker. Peace.